So the first step to this, now you don't have to do this, but I like it because it's more traditional, all right, is to cook the sticky rice. You don't have to use sticky rice. You can use normal plain steamed jasmine rice, you can use brown rice, or you can omit the rice completely. So what we've got here is I have just soaked my rice overnight in water. You have to do it overnight. That's where the planning comes in. And then all I'm going to do, I've got my steamer ready, and I'm going to put it in, and you'll notice in here that all of those grains have puffed up, they've absorbed all of that moisture in there, all right? So I'm just going to keep that nice and tight on there, put the lid on, I'm going to set that aside for 20 minutes and it's going to be done. All right, we're also going to do a toasted glutinous rice, which is where your sticky rice comes from. We have 1 cup of glutinous rice. All right, we're just going to put that in and we're going to toast that off until it starts to go golden brown. All right, when it goes golden brown, we know that it's ready to go. We're going to let it cool and then we're going to turn it into a powder. Whilst this is toasting away nicely, we're going to get our aromats together that are going to go in here. So we're going to have some kaffir lime leaves. Kaffir lime leaves are beautiful. They've got a real great citrus flavour to them. We're just going to chop those up nice and fine. They don't need to be too fine because they're going to go in the blender and turn into a powder anyway. Right, so you're looking for 2 leaves of kaffir lime. Oh, smell that. Okay, so we've got our kaffir lime. We're going to add some lemongrass to that as well. Nice and fine with the lemongrass, because we've got to remember that the finer it is, the more flavour it's going to impart into this rice. All right, so we've got our lemongrass in there now. Now, this is where it gets exciting. We have bird's eye chilies. We use the dry Thai style bird's eye chilies. Don't use the scuds, they'll kill you. All right, so now you can add as little or as many as you like. I like it quite spicy, so I'm actually going to put 4 of these bad boys in there. You know what? I'm going to put 5. I think 5 is going to be the way to go. Now dice that up nicely, nice and fine. And now this is going to go in with our rice. Not just yet, because we don't want to burn those aromats. We want to get the rice nice and toasty, golden brown before we add those herbs. All right, so you'll notice now that I'm starting to get a little bit of colour on here. I'm just working this around. You want to keep working it so as you don't get any black spots or any burn marks on there. So whilst this is toasting nicely, and you'll actually start to see some of the colour happening there now, I just want to talk to you a little bit about Mount Barker chicken mince. I find Mount Barker chicken mince to be some of the tastiest. I think that it's a beautiful product. It's all free range. The chickens themselves are really cared for, and it's a West Australian product. So look, Mount Barker chicken really is a chicken you can trust. All right, so as you can see now, we're starting to get some really good colour on our rice. Now that we've got that colour on the rice, we're going to add what we prepped earlier on, our kaffir lime leaves, our lemongrass, and our bird's eye chilies. We're just going to add that in there. Make sure you get it all in there because that's all flavour. Now this will actually make more than you need. This will probably make 4 times what you need, but it's just a little bit difficult to make it in a smaller quantity. Whilst we're waiting for that, we're going to start to get some of our salad ingredients together, because this is a salad. It is a warm salad, but it's very herbaceous. So we're going to use a lot of coriander. We're going to use a lot of fresh mint. Now, if you don't like coriander, you can omit it, but I'm not a massive fan of omitting that kind of stuff because I think it's really important. All right, so coriander, and we're going to use some of this beautiful mint. All right, so we're just going to pick all these herbs while this is toasting away nicely. All right, in fact, I'm going to turn that off now. I'm going to let it cool for about 30 seconds, and then we're just going to put it in the NutriBullet over here to blitz up to a fine powder. All right, so we just want to run our hands down and pick all of this beautiful fresh mint. We're just going to roughly chop this because you want to have those nice big pieces in there. That'll do us for now. I'm just going to put that aside. I think these are one of the best inventions ever, I really do. They're so versatile. Okay. I think that's one of the things that I like about Mount Barker chicken mince as well, is its versatility. You know, you can make sausage rolls with it, you can make this beautiful salad with it, hamburgers, rissoles, the list goes on. Okay. All right, that's in there. Lids on. Close your ears. . If you don't have a NutriBullet, you can use a mortar and pestle, because a mortar and pestle will get that nice fine powder. It will just take a lot longer. Wow, that has some spice. I'm just going to pour that in there. So now we've got that ready to go. All we need to do is make the larb. That's the fun bit. So we're going to take some ginger and some garlic. 1 knob of ginger and a couple of cloves of garlic will be enough. And you're going to chop these, not too fine, just nice and fine, just roughly chopped, but small enough so you don't get big pieces in there. All right. So to this, I'm going to add a little bit of coriander root as well. I'll get rid of those stems. I'm just going to chop that up a little bit. You don't want too much of that because there's going to be enough coriander in the actual salad. A nice, good quality wok. I'm personally not a fan of non-stick, just because you don't get the heat out of them that I like. So we're going to get that in there. We're going to put a nice, really large tablespoon of extra virgin coconut oil. This is going to give a real earthy flavour to it. All right, so we're going to let that melt down. We're going to get it nice, and not too hot, but just nice and hot, because we don't want to burn these beautiful aromas. Okay. Ginger, garlic, coriander root in there. We're basically releasing all of these flavours. We're releasing all of these flavours into the oil, and then that's going to coat this Mount Barker chicken mince. All right, it's going to coat it, it's going to absorb it, and it's just going to be absolutely delicious. So we're on a nice low heat. Okay, all that coconut oil's melted. All right, now the trick to this is the chicken stock. Now Mount Barker chicken stock, I first tried not too long ago now. I think it was about 6 months ago, and I was very impressed by it. Okay, you're going to want about 60 mils, and what this is going to do, look at that. So you can tell this is good quality chicken stock because of the natural gelatin in there. So it's a little bit gloopy, probably a bad word, but it's thicker. All right. So got this here. In goes the chicken stock. Now we put the chicken stock in. That basically stops all those aromats from burning. Turn it up nice and high now. All right. So now don't do what I did recently. Make sure you take this bit off. That's just going to go in there like that. And you're going to break it up. Alright. You're going to keep moving it around. I mean, look at this mince is just so lean. It's absolutely beautiful. You don't want to add any more fat to this. You already have a lovely tasting fat with the coconut oil. Okay, so while this is cooking away, we're going to start to make our salad. We want a Thai red shallot. One of those, or 2 of them if they're a little bit smaller than that. We're going to top and tail them, and then we're going to shave them very, very fine. A nice fine shallots. Now these are a lot sweeter than your standard red onion or your standard shallot. They're absolutely beautiful. They've got a real good flavour to them. Okay, so we are well and truly on our way here. So we've got that there. A little bit of spring onion for an extra depth of flavour. On a nice little angle like that. You want 3 nice little spring onions, and all of the ingredients are readily available on your way home from work. Okay. The last bit to go into our salad is our green beans. These are another textural component. So these are going to give that nice little chalky note to it. You don't want too many. So these are all going to go there together. All right? Okay. So now we don't want to overcook our chicken. So we're going to turn it off the heat. This is where we add our prepared rice. Now this is going to act as a thickening agent and a flavour enhancer. All right. So we're just going to put 1 tablespoon of that rice over there. And then we're going to go with a seasoning, fish sauce, good amount of fish sauce in this one. 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. Some palm sugar, important to do while it's still warm. A lot of different palm sugars out there. This is the one that I like to use because it's softer, okay? So you can run your knife through it. You want about 1.5 tablespoons of palm sugar. Just like that. Palm sugar in. And you'll start to see that rice really start to thicken up. All the beautiful juices that have come out of that Mount Barker mince in there. Now we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. So, onions and beans in there. Break them up nicely. Okay, give it another little mix around. Now the residual heat that's in there, that's going to start to slightly cook those onions so they kind of melt into the salad. Remember, this is a salad. It's a warm salad, but it is a salad. Okay, and make sure those onions are all nicely broken up. All right. And lastly, our herbs, coriander and mint. Fantastic. As much or as little as you like. Very simple. It's, oh, hang on. Juice of 2 limes. Okay. So that is our Thai larb. So we're going to serve this up now. I'm going to serve this up as if it was a shared dish on a table, so you had some other things available, all right? Because we're going to put some extra chilli in here on top, cabbage is a natural coolant, okay? So we're just going to take those outer leaves off. All right. Keep those for the chickens. Okay. Nice quarters of cabbage. Cabbage is amazing eaten raw. It really is. Okay, so we're just going to go in half again, so into quarters. We're going to take out that stalk. Okay, and then we're going to go down. So we're going to basically just plate up this cabbage with some leaves around the outside. It's going to give a really good texture to it. A little bit of cucumber, again, nice and cooling. Just sliced. And they're going to go onto there as well, just like that. All right. Really important, keep an eye on this. You don't want it to boil dry. You need that steam in there to cook it. That's been going now for about 20 minutes. 20 minutes should be all it needs. And then we'll just open it up. Ooh. Fantastic. All right. So, wait for it to cool a little bit. Just get these nice and cool. Pretty hot. So on 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right. And then we can fold it out just nicely. You'll notice that it's all beautifully cooked, but the grains haven't expanded and they've got a really good texture. As I said before, you don't need to use sticky rice. I quite like sticky rice because it's got a really good flavour. All right, so now with our sticky rice, we're just going to go onto the plate. You can serve this off the plate if you like. And like I said, if you want to serve it as a canapé, cut your cabbage a little bit smaller. Do little cabbage cups. If you want to omit the cabbage and just have it as a salad on the side, you don't need to put it in there. So a little bit of rice like that. Keep this because it reheats well. Low GI, great for lunch. Okay. And then we're going to finish with our beautiful warm salad of Mount Barker chicken larb. Okay. So we're going to spoon this off to the side. And you can just absolutely smell how delicious this is. So as you can see, that would easily feed 2 people. Okay, family of 4, no problems, or lunch tomorrow. Brilliant. We're going to top this with a little bit more of these fantastic dried chilies. All right, so we have our Mount Barker Thai chicken larb, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a way that you can do it for a cocktail party when guests come around. All right, so same deal with your cabbage, but we're going to use the cabbage as the vessel. All right, so you don't want the outer leaves, you want them nice and crisp. Okay, so you're going to take those off and you're going to cut them into bite-sized pieces. Okay, get rid of that thick, not very nice core. Okay, lay it out just like this. There we go. We'll grab our spoon. some of that delicious larb on top. All right. Fantastic. So there you have nice Mount Barker free range chicken larb. Delicious. The chicken you can trust.